for no reason. Am I lucid dreaming? Am I breathing? See Nirvana, I ain't died yet. Lost my brother and stop crying yet. You were supposed to love me at my worst, but you would only want me at my best. I'm still not impressed. I don't wanna leave, I'm still not dressed. I don't wanna talk cause it makes me stress. I just wanna let go of you, but not yet.
We back. Goddamn radio.
What's up, the Goddamn Radio?
Episode, I believe, is 42, I believe.
Sound right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen you had a hell of a week.
Well, when I see Nikki,
I
seen her twice. I just gotta make that clear because I seen her in Atlanta and I seen her in Nashville. Both shows was great. I low-key looked at the tickets in DC, but they was like 7. Huh?
You was gonna see her 3 times?
Yeah, if I could have. Me and Sierra both. Me and my sister both was like, we would have went to see her again.
Oh yeah, the Bob's doing it like that. The Bob's got a bag. Hey fellas, find you a Bob. They got that bag, cause when you out there in the dating world, hey, let that be question number 2 or 3. You a Bob? Let you know what you working with. Yeah. Meals on
no, ask them if they part of the Beehive. They got money too. Don't bring that nonsense to the Barbs.
Nah, we gonna have the Bobs. The Beehive don't look like they spend no money.
Shit.
Hey, we got my nigga Puff in the building. What's good, Puff?
What the fuck it do?
It was good. We got my nigga Jay in the building.
What's happening, Cap? What's happening?
Okay, hopefully we got a couple more people pulling up later. First things first, you know what I'm saying? Any new music, albums, anything get y'all through the week? I know Future drop. You know what I'm saying? I know Sir drop. You know what I'm saying? What y'all been listening to? Anything new that made it to y'all rotation?
The Future and Metro Boomin is okay. You know, I put it in the background. But
I ain't been listening to no music yet. That's really God. That Diddy shit got the whole world fucked up. I'm just listening to all Diddy shit. Fuck music. I'm just checking out all Diddy shit.
All right, hold on. Before we get, I guess we can go into the Diddy shit first. All right, before we get into the Diddy shit, I think Future album was because you know I love music, so I'm always want to talk about the music. I think Future had a solid album. I think the next album is gonna be better. I think the Kendrick diss was just okay. I think the bar that they give him so much credit
was ass.
Bar, you know what I mean? I'm hoping it's more of a jab, per se. Like if one of y'all niggas shoot back, I'll really dump a clip. I feel like it's a lot of pressure on J. Cole to respond. If he does, I don't think he will. I think Drake will respond. I think the diss was more about Drake or more towards Drake. And I definitely think Drake is more inclined to respond. Probably a sneak diss, so I would want something direct from Drake. Drake, if you respond, man, be direct, man. Name drop. I think the rest of the album was cool. I think all the beats was fire, but I don't think Future gave us the song of the summer, a song that's gonna make it through the summer, like the Sexy Red did.
It is sexy.
You know what I mean? I think that's gonna ride through the summer. So I'm hoping I get that from the next project. Sir album was cool. I fuck with Sir. What else? Y'all seen what I've been listening to? I played on the intro. I feel like Cody don't get enough credit. Her album is fire to me. And 6 Lax had a drop that I think was pretty fire too.
Hey, man, you opened the door. You opened the door, man. That Kendrick shit was basic as shit. 1, 2. They don't gotta respond to him. It took him a year damn near to respond to them. Why they gotta fucking respond so urgently to him? They been made that song as a third person shooter forever ago. It took that nigga 8 years to come up with that weak ass line. Really? It took him forever to come up with a line. Like one line. That shit was ass, bro. Kendrick ain't in a conversation with best rappers with them niggas. How? We don't put up enough work. Not possible. Yeah. I think it's not possible. He's not in the top 3. He's not in the top 3. He's in the top 3 lyricists, but he's not in the top 3 rappers. That's not where he belongs. He does not belong there at all.
Yeah, I think he got a lot of misses. I definitely agree with they've been saying he's a moment guy. I definitely agree with that. He does have moments in the game, but
Future is the third person in the big-headed 3 of the rap game, not Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar makes a song every 2 fucking years.
4 probably.
I mean, man, fuck him. What waste your time talking to him? For
No,
what?
I think J. Cole should respond, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And say
Cole
what?
should respond.
Nigga, I be rapping every day. I'm on mixtapes and freestyles with all the young niggas. What the fuck have you been doing? That's what he gonna say to him?
You can say a lot
That
of shit.
that I'm saying because Kendrick don't got shit to say to them. What are he gonna say to them? Oh, y'all really not the best. I am. That's it. That's all he got. He can't shit on nobody's sales. He
Right.
can't shit on nobody's popularity. He can't shit on nobody's music. All they shit be hitting. His shit the one that be missing.
Battle rap brain, right? All right, Kendrick has more number ones than probably both of them put together. Like, I mean, then Drake got more. He don't got. I mean, not Drake, but J. Cole. He got more number ones than like J. Cole could ever think about getting. More nominees, more Grammy nominated music. You know what I'm saying? Like, his music is more critically acclaimed than J. Cole would ever be. He did the Black Panther album. Then you got okay. I have dissed you niggas several times. You don't never diss me, bro. You have only went back and forth with a bit. We watched Wale say, "Hey, you want to get it?" You was like, "Nah, I'm cool." We watched you duck a lot of wreck. The only time you ever jumped out there to argue with somebody was with a female, my nigga. You argue with a bitch. A bitch named No Name. A
What you
bitch we
talking
did
about?
argue with a female activist, my nigga.
Who?
Like it's J. Cole.
Oh.
The only diss song you ever heard J. Cole do was against a female. So it's things that Kendrick can say. Now, do I think it's
false. J. Cole dissed all the young niggas in rap. That's why he started doing features with all of them. He went through and carried all the young niggas in rap. That's how the him thing with Lil Pump and them started.
This is kind of like it's kind of a stretch. Did he comment on him? Did he mention him?
He was literally in a beef with Soulja Boy.
That's different. He didn't diss Soulja Boy. He made a comment on a video about Soulja Boy. He didn't get on wax and drop a diss song to Soulja Boy. And that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as like the on wax part of the game, we watched him duck smoke, and I feel like if Kendrick wanted to say that, he could say that. He can make that make sense.
Oh, he can't because no one cares. Like, you just told me Kendrick had number ones and shit. Only number one I probably think Kendrick probably will even have is the drink song, that alcohol joint, and that new shit he just put out. I can't even that humble thing. All that other shit is ass. To me, like, I wouldn't play that shit nowhere else.
I mean, the Mr. Morale album is a great album. Let's not downplay that. I mean, that album has some bangers on there. You know, it ain't just damn.
No. Kendrick isn't a banger rapper, so no, it's not no bangers on there. There's some good music.
I mean, there's some bangers on Mr. Morale. Come on now.
There's some pretty decent songs, but bangers, no. That's not what Kendrick.
I mean, J. Cole ain't really a banger guy either. He just make good music.
But J. Cole got bangers. We the whole thing he talked about is third person shooter, which is a banger. Which is a banger.
It's a banger.
Yeah, third person shooter is a banger.
I think it's a good song.
It gets played in the club. That means it bangs.
I mean, that's not necessarily true because club music and album music are two different things.
Wait,
like,
I don't even know if
you said a banger. A banger is something that you're gonna play constantly. Something that's.
I don't even know if they make it to J. Cole
over and over. That's what.
I don't even know if they let J. Cole verse go through in the club.
Probably not.
That's false. I work in the club every night.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't think
Cole,
J. Cole.
Better yet, J. Cole's gonna get played in the club every single night. 1 or 2 songs. You may go through a whole week of clubs without hearing no Kendrick Lamar.
No, I mean you don't. I mean, I'm personally on the side of like, I don't know why.
It's a fact. I'm talking about, I go to club every night.
Yeah,
I even fucking I even host the after hour every single night.
I feel
never
that,
do Kendrick Lamar get played at the after hour. Not one time.
I feel like Eminem and Kendrick should have the same slander as far as like people are like when we hear the black community talk about Eminem, right? They say he don't get played in the clubs, he don't get played in the hood, you don't see him. I feel the same thing about Kendrick. Like, you don't hear Kendrick in the club, you don't hear Kendrick in the hood. Like, the only time niggas really listen to Kendrick is when we talk about Kendrick, and then somebody has to go like, "We'll play it," because they're trying to see something or they're playing something that they just discussed, so now they're about to play it. But Kendrick doesn't get played in a group setting amongst niggas. That shit is something you listen to by yourself, like how a nigga would listen to Eminem. White people listen to, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Eminem had club songs back in the day because the club was different. The atmosphere of the club was different. Now you got to think the atmosphere of the club is playing music to make people booty shake. But when Eminem was a rapper, that music was getting played in the club.
I mean, that ain't all true. I mean, yeah, like you said, M
Dude,
had like one or two.
I work at a club. Like you can't tell me how a club is ran. That's one thing.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like M does have one or two bangers that you could probably play in the club compared to like some other rappers.
What's the songs that used to get played in the club by Eminem, Puff?
Yeah. Slim Shady. I'm real shady.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the real shady. You gotta think it was a different time frame. The music was different. You gotta think when Shady was rapping, Jay-Z and them was rapping, bro. None of that shit was really like. Nigga, you gotta think, motherfucker. What's that song Jay-Z made on a boat and shit? I can't think of the name of it. He was on a boat and on a yacht and shit. What's the name of that joint? I know you know.
I don't remember.
God damn.
That he made on a boat. Eminem ain't getting played in the club now. The same in Kendrick.
So no, because now it's a different time frame. You gotta think a lot of that shit. Like, Jay-Z not getting played in the club now. Like niggas not trying to hear that shit in the club now. But you got to back then it was different music.
Yeah, I mean it's a level of consciousness.
He's gonna get played in the club in New York.
You got Wale used to get played in the club back then.
Wale don't put out that much music no more.
Yeah. I mean, he still get played, but he just not putting out any stuff.
Jay-Z getting played in the club places though. Jay-Z getting played in the club places in the tri-state area, New York.
I've seen a couple places that play
area. I don't club in the tri-state area. You know, I club in the DMV.
I'm just saying, but
and I don't think Wale be getting played in the DMV.
Yeah, I think it's shit that Kendrick can say to J. Cole is my point, and I think that I think J. Cole should jump out there. I think J. Cole should come on, bro. Let's see it, bro. Let's see it, bro. This is the year of beef, bro. Let's see it, bro. The women go back and forth, bro. Let's see it, bro. Say something, bro.
The women may actually fight though. The women may actually hit each other if they were to meet each other in a real spot. Kendrick and Lamar and J. Cole are never going to do anything to each other.
No, see, this is another thing, right? When P. Diddy ran down on Kendrick Lamar in the club, do you know who saved Kendrick Lamar?
Who?
J. Cole and his entourage was fighting with P. Diddy and his entourage in the club. And that's why I'm saying, it's things you can say to this nigga, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
I don't want to hear no peaceful ass battle beef, yeah. I don't want to hear that friendly shit.
You don't gotta be peaceful. It just gotta. I mean, we want to hear a lyrical joke. Come on, bro.
Fuck that shit.
I want to hear it. I want to hear what J. Cole gonna do, bro. Fuck it.
And we heard Drake gonna curry that nigga.
While we on music, right? Sexy B, Gorilla, they all had a song drop a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago or so. And they all dropped within the same week. Who had the best song?
What song dropped? I don't know.
Get It Sexy drop. I think Cardi B's jump was what? Enough?
What was Glorilla song?
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was like Enough or something.
Something like that, or like something. I don't really listen to Cardi.
I'll pull it up.
You said Glorilla dropped a song too?
Yeah, she did.
What's her song?
Hold on. I got you.
All right, so I would say it's probably called Yeah Glow.
Oh no, I heard that. Yeah, her shit cranked the hardest.
I'm
gonna agree.
Sexy Red song was Get It Sexy, and then Gorilla song.
All of them were great, honestly, for their own reason.
Sexy Red and Shorty, they just crank, super crank. That Glorilla joint, crank. I crank that right now in my car. I slide a nigga with that shit. That shit crank like shit.
Who had the best
Glow?
Who had the best single? If you had to choose one, who had the best single?
Big Glow. I'm fucking Big Glow.
I haven't heard Get It Sexy yet. So.
Listening to that, and I'm not going to question.
I mean, I like the Get It Sexy joint too, though. I'm not going to lie.
I'm just saying, as a dude, like, I can see my man pulling up, listening to cranking that Glorilla joint, and I'm not going to really question him. You feel me? But he pull up questioning that go sexy. I'm a jive be looking at him like, you feel me? Like, so I'm going to go with Glorilla. I'm going to go with Glow. Because Glow shit more universal. Unisex. My fault. Her shit more unisex.
We got you.
I think I'm gonna go with I feel you on the Glow jump. I think I'm gonna go for the Get It Sexy because I could just see that jump in the clubs going crazy.
They can go
crazy, bro. In the clubs, in the strip clubs.
No, in the after hours, they can go crazy. But they like that Glow joint too.
My boss, right? I told my boss I needed $50 for something, right? So he reached in his bag, right, and he pulled out this fat ass stack of ones, right? Fat ass stack, right? And he was like, my bad, I went to the strip club. Now my boss is gay, right? So At first, I was like, damn. No, I ain't asked what strip club he went to, nigga. Hell no. I think fast enough to know he gay. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, they was playing that Get It Sexy. He was like, hell yeah. Bro, they playing that bitch everywhere. I know that joke go crazy, bro.
Nah, I still ain't heard it yet.
I know that bitch go crazy, bro. I know
women. You haven't heard it yet.
I know women.
I mean, I'm out a lot, and I'm usually surrounded by music all the time. So the fact that I haven't heard that one is shocking.
Okay. I seen a post. 10 things that money can't buy. Now, 3 of the things on the post were respect, love, and power. Now, I don't know about the word buy, but I think money can get you all those things. So I think the list is kind of wrong. Anybody want to chime in? Agrees, disagrees?
Yeah, that list wrong. That list wrong as shit.
Say the list again. What was the top 3?
Well, I didn't read the 10 things on the list, right? But money, power, and respect were on that list amongst the other 7 things, right? Now, I think that I don't know if the word buy is correct, right? But if you have money, I think you can get all those things. So I wanted to know if y'all, agree, disagree. How do y'all feel? You know what I mean? Money can't buy. I think these things shouldn't be on the list. What do y'all think?
I mean, money can't buy other money. You can buy stuff with money, but money can't buy other money. Love is kind of agreeable. That's a universal rule for money. You can't buy love. You can buy love for the night, but you can't buy love full time. And that's
cut you off. Money can't buy other money. I'm gonna cut you off now. You're not gonna say that. That's false and shit. But you can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, you can buy other money in like a currency exchange, or maybe even a stock or something like that. But think about it. I mean,
that's
the value
money
of
buying
the
other
US.
money. Right now, I can take $100 and buy 100,000 in fake dollars. That's money buying money. You can transfer your money into cryptocurrency. That's money buying money. So that's a false statement. But you can keep going about the rest of it, right?
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I feel what you mean on that. I feel like
transfer wouldn't be exchanging your money, wouldn't be buying, but I think you can invest.
But I also say you can buy. You can take $100 and buy $1,000 worth of fake money. That's still buying money. You didn't say real money. You said money.
You call fake money though. That ain't money though.
I mean, you can spend fake money. You talking about it is money.
Just don't get caught.
Like that's
a nice risk.
I mean, that's what fake money. That's how fake money works. When you buy fake money, you take real money to buy it because you're about to buy other stuff with the fake money.
Counterfeiting and fraud do work in that.
That's how it works, you guys.
Okay.
As far as power goes, money buys power every single day. I agree with that. I don't agree 100% with that list, but money buys power every day. Look at the president. Just the position, not the person.
Yeah. Trump bought his presidency. Trump ran off his own dollars.
Only man to finance his own presidential campaign and win.
Yeah.
Only president to do it, and that's crazy to me.
He the best president we ever had, y'all.
No, I've heard a lot of niggas say that.
Rizzy, you kind of quiet over there. What do you think? Money, power, respect. You think it could be bought, or you think money, acquires those things? What do you think?
I feel like those are all things that you can buy. I feel like you could buy love. You do enough for somebody, you make them feel comfortable enough, I think they will love you.
But that's more like the actions.
I think that you could still love that person for what they do for you.
Yeah, I think you definitely buy love.
I mean, okay, so hear me out here. Like, when you say buy love in that manner, like if somebody makes you feel comfortable with the money that they have and they're doing all this stuff for you and that makes you love them, I kind of understand where you're coming from. But if you like, hey, I'm trying to buy your love, I mean,
AJ, what's the first thing you gotta do if you want to marry a girl?
Me?
What's the first thing that men typically do when they want to marry their women?
Ask the father. That's what I did. Like, so my last engagement.
Time out. You asked her daddy?
Fuck yeah.
Like, how you do that? You drove over there?
Yeah, like so when my first engagement, I drove over to my ex's house. You know, she was still living with her parents at the time, so I drove over there to see her. I just got off work, and I took her father to lunch. I said, "Hey, you know, Mr. C, you mind coming with me?" He was like, "All right, bet." I took him to this Chinese spot. We had a meal, and while we sitting there, I was just telling him how I wanted to spend my life with his daughter. I asked her for permission. I said, "Hey, I want to let you know." Well, I didn't really like ask for permission. I told him I was gonna marry him, and was like, "You really can't stop me from doing this. I just wanted to give you a heads up," type deal. And, you know, and he basically just gave me his blessing.
You bought the ring after that?
Yeah. I bought the ring after that.
Okay, well, I was gonna say most niggas probably buy the ring, which is them spending their money because you really have to spend, like you really have to buy a ring to put on a woman's finger to say you love her.
Buy a placeholder.
You know, I was about to say you don't
just
have
in case
to do that, but you know,
go to Walmart, get a promise ring from the jewelry section. If her finger turns green, return it and get another.
Some people getting tattoos now. They're not even doing the rings.
I done seen niggas with rings all across the internet my whole life get denied, and they got a ring when they propose. You niggas try to propose with no rings and see how many more niggas we see on the internet.
It worked for me. It worked for me. My first proposal, I proposed no ring.
You a real you different.
This nigga, wait. I ain't gonna do that. This the goddamn radio. You know how I play. This nigga talking about a proposal he had with no ring, and this nigga still ringless. This nigga ain't married.
Yeah, I'm still.
Come on, cuz the facts still remain. You niggas go out there and y'all niggas propose with no ring, and y'all see what happens.
I'm laughing like shit at a nigga propose with no ring.
The whole list was the 10 things money can't buy: manners, morals, respect, character, common sense, trust, patience, class, integrity, and love. So those are the 3
that have loyalty
you do.
On there?
I just want you to understand.
I guess
you know they have classes. They have classes for everything you just named where you can pay your money and they will teach you how to do all this stuff. You do know that, right?
They can't teach common sense.
No, they don't have a common sense class. No, they don't.
Yeah,
but they have a manners class.
I know they got a manners class.
They have an
They used to have a common sense class.
They have an etiquette. No, you can't have common sense.
No, I'm saying there used to be a common sense class. It was called home economics.
That's not possible. It's not possible to have a common sense.
Yeah, you can't teach common sense, bro.
You can't teach common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense is the one
nigga in the home economics class, he done burnt the class down because he done did stupid shit. Like, nigga, you just can't teach common sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? But okay. I thought that was, moving right along. All right. When y'all go places, right? When y'all go, like, say you go to McDonald's, right? And they got the new nigga at the register getting trained, and you like, I'm trying to get a number 1 Sprite. Like, it's McDonald's, so you spit the order out like automatic, right?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker's over there struggling and shit to type in some simple shit. You know what I'm saying? The nigga beside you at the other register, that nigga then was like, let me get 2 of these, take the onions and pickles off. Let me get this. I don't want sprinkles on my ice cream. Let me get 2 cookies, 1 apple pie. Nigga ordered a whole family meal, right? You over there with the new nigga getting trained, struggling to get your number 1. I hate like dealing with the new nigga. I hate going anywhere, like going to a restaurant. You go sit down and you got the new server getting trained. I hate getting a trainee no matter where I go. I don't give a fuck where it's at. I don't give a fuck if I'm in the Macy's. I don't give a fuck if I'm in the drive-thru. How do y'all feel about getting the new nigga, the trainee? How do y'all feel about that?
Love it. Absolutely 100% love it. Love it. Because when I go out to places like restaurants and shit, a lot of times I go sit down, whenever we got like date night or something. And if we get a new person, we show them all the love in the world, make them feel so comfortable about, not screwing up. And you know what? They hook you up with all the craziest shit. Hey, I gave you a free dessert. I got this. I'm so sorry I messed up your order. Here's this. I love new people when I go out. It's amazing.
Man, I'm in the corner store the other day, bro. It's a nigga in there getting trained, right? It's 1 old nigga in there. It's just them 2. These niggas getting trained. I'm trying to get a breakfast sandwich, right? So the nigga got to teach him how to make a breakfast sandwich. But I'm also trying to buy the shit at the register, right? So the nigga can't ring me up yet because he got to learn how to make the breakfast sandwich. But he don't know how to ring up the shit I'm trying to ring up because I'm ringing up tobacco products. So, you know, tobacco products don't just scan, right? They got to type the shit in, right, at the corner store. So he can't even type the shit in. So the old man got to go over there where I'm at, type some shit in and go back, make the young nigga come back. No, nigga. I hate getting the training, nigga. Train this nigga. You got to have better motherfucking computer classes.
You gotta have night school.
Yeah, you gotta
like
have
a night training course
in the back. Yeah, man, to train niggas sometimes, man. These niggas be in the way, man. Y'all fuck with that shit, y'all. So y'all just
I haven't experienced that much, actually. Like,
oh, y'all just might be more patient than me. I don't know.
I will say this: they do need to train people on less busy days, like on the days where it's dead, especially restaurants, bro.
No, that's a fact.
No, they need to catch up and get in the swing of things. That's how you teach them.
I mean,
and they appreciate them light days. That's how you manage.
I mean, I guess that really just depends on your profession too.
True.
Okay, well, I just wanted to share my experience and how I felt. You know what I'm saying? I was mad as shit, waiting for my sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And a Sprite. You know what I mean? How do y'all deal with? Let's say you try to go somewhere, right? Let's say you try to go somewhere, and your girl or your husband, right? They want to tag along. Like you wasn't really planning for them to go, but they just want to tag along, and you don't give a fuck, right? Yeah, come on, right? But now when you get there, right, they just kind of like bored or disinterested, right? And it's just like you killing my vibe, right? And you wasn't even invited. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all deal with those scenarios when you in that scenario, or does that don't happen to y'all? Does it happen to y'all? How do y'all deal with that? Because you can't leave them, right? Like I get like if you was on a first date with somebody and they do some dumb shit, you can see them at the dinner table. I'm talking about somebody.
It depends on how much fun I'm having. If I'm having enough fun, I ain't hearing none of that shit because nobody told you to come. But you know, if it's not too much going on, all right, let's go because you get on my nerves. But I'm having a lot of fun. I don't know. You might just gotta deal.
I mean, I guess it just depends. For me, it depends. Like if you asked me to go and now you bored, okay, cool. You went out, you tried it. I'm happy you here with me. But at this point, I'm not even gonna pay attention to you. You can go soak in the corner. But if you didn't ask and I just invited you and now you not having a good time, that means you didn't want to go in the first place. Now I feel bad about dragging you out.
Especially if you know the vibes on where I'm going. Like, okay, we going over the usual, couple house, we cooling. Like, you know what it was. Like, you still wanted to come, so that's on you.
Like, I've had this happen.
Have y'all ever tagged along with y'all partner, right? And been the nigga that was probably irritating y'all partner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Every day. I don't like, as much as I love experiencing new things and trying new stuff, I don't like outside. As a black man, I don't like outside. I don't want to be dead. I don't want to be in jail. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't like outside. And I'm introverted anyway. So like, there's really no point of me to go out there. I get everything delivered to my front door. You know what I'm saying? But some days you just got to go out, get some sun. And I'll be like, all right, trying to go outside, but I'm here. So, hey. And I always put on this good face, man. I just be calm, sitting down. Even if I didn't want to go out, I'm just calm because I'm maintaining the inward. Because if I spill out inwardly, I'm going to fuck it up. So that's why I be trying to just.
I feel that. That's self-control, I think.
Yeah.
Good job. Still working on that.
Yeah. My partner takes that the wrong way a lot, though. Partners do take that the wrong way. You got to be careful because, like, you sit there, just be calm and not have any kind of emotion about it, but they want you to be really excited. So there's a cut two ways on that.
Okay. I thought I was gonna have more women on the show, but I don't. But I'm gonna ask the questions I got anyway. Make the statements I got anyway. You know what I'm saying? The term double life, right? For the niggas that be niggering, I'm pretty sure you heard a girl talk about you and wanting to live a double life or trying to live a double life, right? And I feel like that's a term women use. I don't feel like men use this term, right? I also, amongst the men that feel like a lot of women are delusional. I feel like women being delusional is why they use the term double life. You need to accept that I live one life and you and you and you are all maybe in it if that's what that nigga's doing. If that nigga's this nigga. And you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't go around saying this bitch got two niggas, so she living a double life. No, that bitch is a hoe or a liar or a why do y'all like why do women use that term? Do y'all hear men use that term? Like chime in. Like why do y'all what's up with that? The term double life. Where did that come from?
Women are generally balancing two men openly because of the stigma that will put on us. Like he just said, oh, she's a hoe, she's this, she's that, right? So we don't even broadcast like that. We don't even move like that. But y'all do, because y'all messy. And the problem also be that y'all don't be fully truthful with everybody involved. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's giving double life, because you moving like that.
So you saying that women use the term double life because we not open about it?
Yes, because y'all playing two different lanes. Yes. You not
what two lanes? What two lanes do we be playing?
Y'all be playing the lane with one person or whoever, right? And they have this understanding. And then whole time you got a whole nother understanding on the left-hand side. But these two understandings is not understanding. So y'all do a piss poor job at really setting the proper expectation. Y'all be hiding one from the other. So that's why it's a double life. That's why y'all
only people in relationships do that.
You niggas be giving y'all in a relationship.
See, like I don't have a girlfriend, so like you know, everybody that mess with me already understands that, I'm doing me. Like shit, if you can fit into my box, you can fit into my box.
So let me ask you, Puff. A girl has never used the term or referred to you or has tried to apply like to you that like she felt like you was using a double life.
Yeah, but it don't be about no relationship shit. It be awesome because you know how I may act intellectual and shit at one moment, and then I'd be outside and shit another. So a bitch would be like, "Oh, you like two different people." But it don't be on no shit like on no me messing with other bitches type thing. Hell no. Because you gotta think that's basically for people that's like married or something. That's like literally they're Greg to their wife, and then they got a whole nother name and family on the left hand side and shit like that. All right, that's another life, but I don't think a dude out fucking other bitches is having another life. I think that's a dude out being a dude.
When you acting like you in relationships, you know what I'm saying? That's when it's that. So you saying you not acting like that, they know what it is. So maybe that's not the word for you. But for niggas that are like that, that's the word for them.
That's not the word for no dude.
I ain't gonna say no dude. Some people, you gotta think, some people live double lives, period. Like for example, like the police officer that was a stripper at night. That's a double life, huh? That was on
he does this in the day and this at night. You ain't never had two. Well, you don't have two. You ain't never had a job. I done had 2 jobs. I done had 2 jobs before. I done been a delivery man in the morning and a nigga that serve you your food at night. You get what I'm saying?
Like, but you're doing the same thing though. You in the same realm. You're not coming from You're not coming from law-abiding citizens and breaking the law.
I was going to door in the okay.
That's like in the morning you the governor, but at night you be burglarizing houses. Nigga, that's a double life.
Governor burglarizing houses.
Two things that don't match.
A girl in Southeast and then going to fuck a girl in Northeast is fucking a girl.
No, yeah, that's fucking a girl. That's why that's not a double life, because you're doing two things that are the same. But you're not doing 2 different things.
But I'm saying girls use the term double life, right? When like you dealing with me over here, right? And you dealing with this girl over here, right? It's not a double life.
Yeah, that's really not though.
I don't understand. Like what? So what is that? That's just dating. You say what? That's not dating.
Cheating. That's just cheating. That's good old fashioned cheating.
It's not a double life.
You
That's why
are
men
though.
don't use that.
Anytime you're
Oh,
having
men
to
don't
cover
use the term.
something up, right? To like that's different. You're not the same all day every day. If this person called and you with this person, you
is the same all day.
no, you're not answering that phone like you would if you was by yourself. Like you playing. You gotta move funny. Stop it. That's
okay, so let me say this, right? A nigga that is just a natural cheater, right, is the same all day, every day.
Yeah, I just be cheating. It's already understood. It ain't no double life to live.
Like I don't.
You know what would be another life if I started being faithful and shit. They be like, bitch, you nigga, you living a double life over there. You being faithful now? You double life living nigga.
All right, we can move on. I just feel like women use that term. I feel like men don't use that term. I feel like we call it what it is. That bitch is a cheater. That bitch is a liar. That bitch is blah blah blah. We don't ever be like, oh, that bitch double life. And I know girls that have had two dudes think they both was the daddy of one baby. But nobody ever was like, that bitch living a double life. We just like, that bitch scandalous. That bitch fighting. That bitch. We didn't, you know what I'm saying?
if one didn't know about the other, I would say she living a double life.
I'm just saying, you hey Puff, on the low, bro, when we get off air, you know this girl I'm talking about.
Hey, nigga, I know a lot of girls like that. What you talking about?
Okay, so we in the same boat. Yeah.
Nigga, you know where I be at night? Nigga, I done seen it all, nigga. I've seen it all.
I'm just saying, people hide stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? The truth hurts sometimes. You feel me? Fuck it.
They doing you a favor.
I'm just saying. I think the term double life, that's a woman's term. Women, y'all gotta let that shit go, man.
Like, you really think you can handle all the truth if your husband was just to tell you everything? You like if you be like, dang, be like, baby, tell me everything. I want to know everything. You think you can handle everything?
Yes.
Everything.
Do I understand that some hurt would come with that? Yeah.
Man, you lying like Rizzy be packing shit. She be packing shit up right now on air.
That's not true.
You think y'all can help me carry this, y'all?
That's not true. Okay. That's funny though, Puff. That's really cute. But no.
Nothing y'all can help me carry shit.
You can handle everything.
I seen a post with women in the comments, right? Fuck the post. Women in the comments were saying that good pH equals wet pussy. Good pH balance equals wet pussy. Y'all agree, disagree, thoughts, comments?
As an unlicensed medical professional, I can't.
Well, I don't know how to judge a good pH balance. Maybe if I had a ruler and I could measure it every time before I experienced it, I would know. But I don't know. I don't know when to be like a bitch pH is off. I don't. I swear to God. Cause I had a perfect ruler one time. She told me I threw her shit off, and I'm like, it don't look thrown off to me. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't look thrown off. Amen. No, because look, I wasn't really cheating on my girl like that, but I was cheating on her every once in a while, right? So I'm trying to hit this back when I was driving fake homeless. I was living out the hotels and shit, right? So she come over, I'm trying to hit the joint. So she mad, yeah, you threw my pH balance off the other day. So I'm sitting there looking at the push like, shit, this shit look the same as always do. The fuck? I don't know. I need a ruler. I gotta give me a pH ruler. Where you get them joints from?
You gotta get one of them. So they used to give us that little strip, and you had to dip
it like a little drop, like I drop a green drip on there. And
that's what you got. You got to dip it strip. You gotta dip it in the pussy, and then the color going.
If it turn yellow, it's good.
If it turn lime or something, that shit might be off or something.
Yeah, I need to know. Like, how do I measure that shit?
Wow.
Nah, you need like why we got you on here? How you measure that shit though? Like real life, we need to know. What's the measurements? Is it in inches or centimeters, millimeters? Like, how do we do this shit?
Is it 6'5"?
No.
It can't be in yards. I don't think the pussy that wide to be in yards.
I would hope not.
That shit gotta be like some type of something, grams or something. Well, like a bitch shit gotta be 97.4. Cause I see it on the bottom of water, right? You see that bottom where it let you know it had like 0.7 pH in it. Is that like how y'all shit measure?
We don't measure it. It's not how it go like that. Like you really feel your body as a woman, and like you know, maybe there's a lot of things that could tell you something that's not how it was, and if you was the only thing in between that, then nigga, you might have thrown some shit off. Maybe I'm not, feeling as fresh. I don't know. Like,
all right, next question. What do pH stand for?
I
What are
don't
we
know. I have
balancing?
literally forgotten that. Honestly, another
I ain't
note
gonna lie,
I
we
have
talked about it on the show.
Shamefully, I forgot.
It's,
honestly.
and we did talk about it on the show before too.
I don't gotta know what that break down to know where I'm at though.
Yeah, I forget what pH actually stands for. But I'm actually gonna go on a limb and say I don't agree with that. I don't think a girl's good hygiene with her body equals that she gonna have wet pussy. I just feel like I've been around long enough to
there's conditions where women's vagina could be dry. Like that's a thing.
Like, I feel like we gotta what is that called? Because
I don't know that term.
Yeah, that's a disease. That's a curse.
Campaign. We need to bring more awareness to them because that is a condition that we need to fix. We need all women to have wet pussy. You got a condition.
I'm sure they use.
Bullshit. They should get a month. Dry pussy month. We should raise money and everything.
Thousands in the cancer treatment. And people still die from cancer. So I feel like we need to take some money from one of these other programs that we've been just dumping $1,000s in. And
the polio program, man. For them niggas all right now. Polio ain't that bad. They be good. We need to transfer that.
We need to
transfer that revenue.
They
just need to use some gel. They don't need all that. They all right. It's other causes.
Some gel. Hold on. What gel? What type of gel? What you got going on over there?
Hold up. I'm saying that it's gels for, and you know what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh no, I don't
for women.
Lube. It's called
I'm
lube.
just saying for those women who.
Nah, man, we need to find a cure, man. We need to find a cure, man.
They gotta work around.
We need a cure, man. We need a cure.
If it's a cure for AIDS, it's a cure for dry pussy.
Yeah, we need.
They got a cure for dry mouth.
I'm sure there is things that they can do. That's what I'm saying.
They got a cure for
dry mouth. It might be medicine or some shit you could take. Who knows?
Why are we trying to kill dry feet without trying to kill dry pussy? Who the fuck determined that having athlete's foot was more severe?
Talk to the FDA, bro.
I don't even be taking my socks off when I'm in the pussy, nigga. That don't even matter. Man, some grip.
That's why you got athlete's foot.
I need grip, man. You can't be in that bare feet. Nigga, you might slip. Fuck up the whole motion. Nigga, you ain't never slipped in no pussy. That shit'll fuck everything up. Boy, that shit, boy. You ever had, you ever had a hot mama? You ever skipped a beat? Boy, that's how it fuck, boy. You ever slipped in something? You be just like, you be, oh, it's like, you gotta get it back. You gotta keep them socks on. And stay on your toes, nigga. Grip it from your toes, like on Cool Runnings. You seen that movie when they was on the ice? You gotta grip with your toes like this.
Nigga stupid. Let's see. I got a video for y'all.
Got motion, I put a nigga on. Bitch's chest, now check this. Watching every move, bitch. I'm the queen. At the crib, watching cameras, bitch. Fuck you, Motown, baby, going crazy like the 80s. 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 Fuck you, mean. Fuck you, mean. Fuck you, mean. Motown, baby, going crazy like the 80s.
Detroit teacher got fired for having rap music out after she got fired.
No. That thing says she got fired because she made the video with her kid with the students.
She made that after she got fired.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like her too. That shit was fire.
Detroit rapper got fired and then turns around and makes video with her students. Do y'all feel like, because we see all the teachers get fired for OnlyFans. This first teacher I think we've seen.
I like her. That shit was fire. I like her.
I think she can't.
I like her. I think that shit was cool.
Y'all think teachers shouldn't be allowed to teach and have rap careers?
What? Teachers can have rap careers? I mean, I don't know if the student thing was warranted or not, but I mean, hey, if the students volunteered to do it or something like that, then by all means.
She did that. She did that after she was fired. So before she was fired, she never involved the students.
Yeah, that shit don't count, man. She's a good upstanding citizen.
But do y'all feel like teachers should be able to be rappers and teach? Like y'all feel like she should have
I
got
feel like
fired?
that's more acceptable than having like a OnlyFans or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, Elmo been rapping. Barney been rapping for years.
Classified where she was doing this drill music. Does that make a difference? You know, drill kind of has a negative connotation to it. Drill music.
I feel like the message is a little bit more positive, even if it's put to a drill beat, it should be fine. But I mean, if they just making regular drill music, it shouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like maybe that's another avenue or way for her to relate to her kids. As long as she established that respect in her classroom, which I feel like she probably could, just based off of
having them in the video,
having that view of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would be not the worst environment for children.
I mean, I didn't hear her say "fuck the lunch lady" or nothing like that. You know, like.
I was just wondering because we see the teachers getting fired for OnlyFans all the time, so I was just wondering what y'all thought about teacher getting fired for being a rapper.
My whole thing is, why are the teachers getting fired for OnlyFans if the students aren't the one finding it? It's the parents. The parents shouldn't even be looking at the teachers' OnlyFans. I feel like that crosses the line.
Well, a parent was the one that reported this rap. It wasn't a student. But I do feel like with the OnlyFans thing, it's like I feel like the bigger problem is that kids do find some of the teachers OnlyFans, but I feel like the problem is that kids are on OnlyFans and are able to be on OnlyFans so they can even find the teachers. I feel like that's the biggest problem. Like to be able to get on OnlyFans to even find the teachers OnlyFans.
I mean, anybody can make a spam account, but that more falls on the sole proprietorship of the company at that point. Like now, the company has to put those kind of safeguards in place.
I've seen
that, or do what Louisiana did with the state ID thing.
I think if I'm mistaken, I think Chicago right now is suing one of the gun brands because I think they're suing Glocks, if I'm not mistaken, or whoever make Glock. They're suing them because
Smith & Wesson, I think.
Yeah,
because I think I might have heard something about this lawsuit.
I believe Chicago. No, my bad. I believe Illinois is suing Smith & Wesson because Glock are so easily customizable that you can easily put a switch on them. So a lot of kids in Illinois are killing each other and they got switches on their guns. And I feel like the bigger problem is how did the kid get the gun, right? The kid shouldn't own a gun. But instead of dealing with that, they're going to sue the company that makes the guns because they're too easily modifiable.
That's company and political corruption at its finest. That's mostly just so the media can keep its wheels spinning. This way they have something to focus on. It's a perpetual state of conspiracy, my brother. I'll tell you that right now.
Nigga got in the conspiracy back. He used my brother.
Had to get into my political mode. You feel me?
It's it, my brother. Okay. In y'all opinion, right? In y'all opinion, what is the top 3 black issues? You can go current, you can go all time, just in your opinion, whatever you want to do. I was talking to somebody the other day. They were telling me in their opinion what the top 3 black issues was. I was disagreeing. What do y'all think the top 3 black issues are? You can go currently right now or all time. Just
like within the black community or that black people face.
How do you want to answer the question?
Government assistance.
Government assistance? As far as Section 8 and shit, like getting it? Like
in general, it made people lazy. Mm-hmm. It caused females to not even want a male in the home because you gotta think that they taking place of other man because they putting food in the house and they putting a roof over the woman's head or whatever. So it's like it gives the woman no need for a man or whatever. You remember, like government assistance job like fucked up a lot of shit.
All right, that's one. Anybody got another one? They want to throw in all time?
I think the way that we interact and how we view each other, right? Like, it's this kind of lack of respect or like this almost unspoken competition, right? Like when I think of like Hispanic people, right? They'll live in a house with 20 of them, and that's probably dramatic. That probably should. They'll live in a house with a good amount of them, right? Before you know it, they own that row because they was able to kind of work it out and stick together, like, and and get their money right. Like, we can't do that because there's this like comparison that's like always holding us back, feeling like we should be maybe in a place where maybe you don't got to be there right now. So I just feel like that. So maybe I guess overall just the environments we're produced in, like
the environments that we're produced in. Okay, anybody got another one they want to throw out there? Top 3.
So my girl just said slaves to vanity, but I won't say that. I can't agree with that. The only reason why I can't say slaves to vanity, I want to say victims of capitalism, and that right there is where the rubber meets.
Shit like Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and Jordans and Yeezys and shit.
Wanting those,
where people have to feel the need to show off their money in appearance.
Wanting those things is one thing, but those companies specifically make those, and then when they do that, they make those products. They target those communities for a reason.
But are they specifically targeting those communities, or are those communities making themselves?
Companies can't just make themselves target. I mean, they can. Don't get me wrong. But that comes from a long line of having to be the target in the first place.
If I have to prove to you because my ancestors were slaves and didn't have money, right? And then I had to prove to you I now have money and I own shit. And I have to prove to you by my appearance, hey, I got money. I'm wearing this. I'm driving that. I'm doing these type of things. I got my hair done. I got all these type of appearances just to show to you I have money when you don't even pay my bills. I'm the one who's hyping these glasses up because these Cartiers cost $2,000. For what? Just to show the next person that I can afford them?
That's basic human desire.
It's not just human desire. The problem is these white people made black people feel like they are less than. And so now people have to show that they are more than through appearance. Because you don't know nothing about me till you see me. That's the first instance you have of me. Your initial instance is you view on me. You see this, and that, you're gonna think I got money. Now you're gonna think somewhere between that money I have power, I have control, I have something, I have responsibility. I'm trying to prove myself to appearance.
Hold on. Do y'all think that brands made us the target, or do y'all think we made ourselves the targets to the brand?
I think the way that companies work is they know how to target people and what to choose to target those people, but those people also become victims of being a target. And they fall for it. You know, you gotta be the rabbit that's not running for that carrot underneath that box trap.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say that I feel like we kind of did play into making ourselves the target. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like there's a lot of brands. I think that's one brand. I think Jordan is one brand. I think that most brands, right? They weren't targeting us. We just started wearing it. I would feel like Gucci was a brand that wasn't targeted us. We started wearing it. I feel like a lot of brands, we weren't the target audience. We started wearing it, and then they made a section for us. They made some things that it's stuff like gear to us. I don't think we were ever the target.
I think stuff maybe like Jordan's played a part in that, and once they noticed, like say Gucci saw, oh shit, this is how Jordan's doing it. What can we do to incorporate them and pull them in our side too? And so now all these other companies started to find ways, just like when you go to Walmart or Target and the candy and all the stuff is at the front of the aisle. That's that impulse buying type stuff. They use that shit on purpose. They spread stuff around the store so you have to walk past certain things to buy certain stuff. They do these type of things to target certain consumers. They know
Jordan, I would say that Jordan probably does fit what you're saying, but Jordan is so on a small scale of like, he's not a Ralph Lauren, right? Like he's not a Ferrari. He's not a Bentley, right? Like there's other brands that the items equate to such a more high value that their commercials aren't marketed to you. Now, I do feel like over time, black people made stuff cool, right? So if I'm a brand that's trying to target the white people, I still got to put a black person in the commercial to make the white people go buy it. I'm not really putting the black dude in the commercial for y'all to go buy it. Y'all gonna buy it anyway because y'all gonna buy it because over time y'all have got to the point where y'all want to keep up with the Joneses. Y'all want to put this on to say y'all got money, but I really want these white people to buy it. Now, if y'all do come to my brand, then we're going to make a section of the brand for you. When you talk about New Balances, nigga, New Balances, we wear New Balances in abundance in this area. But when you go outside of this area, right, you see white people in New Balances, they're totally different numbers. They're not the same styles, right? So that was a company that I feel like that wasn't geared to us. But once we did become such a big part of the market, right now we are going to make money off them. We are going to give them something, but we don't have to we don't have to target them.
Then the white people started buying them up.
So I feel like that's how brands. I feel like that's how the bigger brands more so break down. But I think that is interesting. Whether we were targeted or we made ourselves the target. I think that is interesting. Okay, I got another one. This is my last one, and then Rizzy got a couple things for us, and then we're gonna get out of here. My last hot take, right? When we see movies, documentaries, documentaries with the Boston bomber, right? We see series and stuff, Jeffrey Dahmer, right? We see things that are stories told about the criminally insane, I would say, right? I feel like things like that have a negative connotation. I feel like things like that encourage the future criminally insane, right? The future young white crazy kids, right? To go out there and try to be remembered. If I go out there in a bang, if I go out there and do this crazy thing, right? I may get motherfucking, I don't know, fucking Johnny Depp to play me in a movie, right? I may get on the big screen. I may get on Hulu and Netflix, right? I may have a series told about me because I went out here and made this big ass bold statement or this big ass bold criminally insane thing, right? I feel like it has a negative connotation. I feel like there's no real value of bringing up awareness to the criminally insane, or I would say, I don't know what term to use, right, to be not offensive, right? So I'm gonna just say that. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all disagree with that? Do y'all think they have a good purpose? Do y'all think their stories need to be told? What do y'all think?
I think they just outknew horror movies and shit. Cause you gotta think all the horror movies from back in the day was so-called based upon true stories, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and all that. So that's just like that's the same as glorifying Jeffrey Dahmer for real. Whoever the Texas Chainsaw Massacre dude is, all you did was glorify him by making 18 movies about him. I don't see no difference. But it's not really glorifying nobody. It's education still, fool. All that shit, education. Same thing about with the drug dealers. All that paid in full. All that shit's about people selling drugs. But I mean, it is American history. That shit, it happened. If it was major enough to get documented, it's major enough to be talked about.
I could agree with what you're saying as far as like horror stories. They tell it's based off a true story, right? And it's kind of like new horror stories. I think that's a good take. I kind of like that take. I just kind of feel like when I look at Jeffrey Dahmer, right? People that really happened, right? So when Jeffrey Dahmer was coming on, I seen the people on Twitter like if I'm a family member and my child was a victim of Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't want to get on Twitter and see Jeffrey Dahmer's name and then see it attached to how sexy he was. Because people were saying that, like when you went on Twitter, people was talking about how the actor was so good looking and his abs and shit like that, right? If I'm in mourning, I don't want to go on the internet and see thousands of tweets of Jeffrey Dahmer, the name Jeffrey Dahmer, right, in this good light because how good this actor did, right? I don't want to see that if I'm still mourning.
You know who Wayne Perry and who Alpo is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people they killed?
Mm-hmm.
You know who they had play Alpo?
Yeah, I know.
So you think women wasn't talking about how sexy Cameron looked on camera while he was fucking that bitch half naked on the gun?
So I do know that Cameron has been in interviews, right, talking about how he played the role and people thought he was really that person. And when he went to DC, he was having problems, right, and he had to leave, right. So
they robbed the shit out of him.
So I do feel like things came from that, right? Like people reacted to him playing that role, right, because they felt a way, right? And like I feel like that's the same thing, right? So like let's say Jeffrey Dahmer goes somewhere, right, and somebody has that same like they don't put the two and two of this is somebody playing Jeffrey Dahmer, this isn't Jeffrey Dahmer. So let's say he goes somewhere and somebody sees him and somebody wants to attack him or somebody wants to rob him. I just feel like them putting Jeffrey Dahmer's story.
Every actor, that's Will Smith when he played Muhammad Ali. Or somebody could have an issue with Muhammad Ali in grade school, and they feel some type of way because Muhammad Ali bullied them in grade school. And when they see Ali,
I still feel like that's different though. This is somebody who we're remembering their legacy for something that we only highlighting good, bro. Just how good of an athlete he was and his
he was beating people up.
What you mean? I could be mad that he beat my daddy up in the ring.
But they agreed to that. Your daddy agreed to that. Your daddy's intention was to beat him up. I think that's totally different than putting somebody who did a heinous act only negative and then we show him. I feel like if Jeffrey Dahmer went somewhere and got attacked, I'd be on the same thing of like, well, was it even necessary to tell Jeffrey Dahmer's story in a Netflix series? Like, was that
No.
to do?
I think you could tell the story and make it into like a documentary. You don't have to be like a movie or a show or something like that because people are slow. You know?
Man, I feel like the best person at everything in the world deserves something. You're the best at it. You know? You deserve something. You deserve something for being the best at something.
Hell no, this nigga stupid.
All right, so with the whole actors thing, I feel like when it comes to
the ugliest man in the world gets paid a lot of money for being ugly.
That's true. Guinness Book of World Records.
The shortest person in the world gets paid a lot of money for being short. The fastest man in the world gets paid a lot of money for being fast. The smartest man gets paid a lot of money for being smart.
These are heinous acts, bro. Like only in America do we glorify crime in a way where these heinous acts, right? We have to try to figure out how we can make money off of it, right? Somebody could blow up where people are running at a marathon for a good cause, right? And America says, dog, we gotta figure out how to put this nigga on the screen.
Man, you got to. It's all about the dollar.
That's crazy. And I just feel like, me personally, I wonder what that does to the new generation of the criminally insane. Like the new white kid that's in his room, right, might go out here and do some crazy shit with the thought of, nigga, my name gonna get on Hulu. Some white man gonna play me on Hulu.
But that been the case though. You gotta think that it no matter, even back in the day, if you did something worth making a movie about, they was making a movie about.
We making them at a high rate, bro. We making them at a high. We dropping movies about shit at a fucking.
We doing everything at a more higher rate. We have better technology. We have more human beings on the planet. That's just how everything goes. Everything increases.
Information is more instantaneous.
So what I'm saying is that when I say at a high rate, when I say at a high rate,
gonna happen. You got more good. You gotta think. You got more positive television shows on TV now too. When I say more kids shows to watch now too.
I disagree with both those statements you just made. The positive shows.
It's not even physically possible to not have more than 20 years ago.
I disagree. That's my statement. I disagree. More okay. So with TV, right? TV has the same time slots. That don't change. You can't have more shows on Netflix. On Nickelodeon than was already on there because they're the same 30-minute time.
Yeah, but what you fail to realize is TV has way more stations now. It's just specific stations now that play nothing but kids shows all day long. And
I don't know, bro. My grandfather always had money. He always had a lot of stations, bro. It's always been a lot of stations, bro.
No, it's only been like 2 back in the day. We only had like PBS Kids. Now over time,
no. It's always been a lot of stations, bro. I used to watch PBS Kids. I used to watch. They used to come on Fox. You could watch Nickelodeon. You could watch Disney Channel. Where you can go to
Disney Channel isn't all cartoons. Fool.
You can go to whatever that, but it was for kids. You can go to whatever that station that used to play.
And no, it wasn't for kids. Because if you watched the TV the other day, they was making them kids do nasty shit on there too. What are you talking about? You just watched the documentary. The dude said he was literally putting kids.
But it was presented for kids.
Yeah, it wasn't presented for kids. It was presented for sex offenders. The dude writing the show said himself he was writing it for sex offenders. He wasn't writing it for kids.
That's so now though. I'm saying that when we was watching it, right? It was a kids show. It was for kids. The things on Nickelodeon were for kids.
It's a kid network.
Well, dude, the dude who wrote the script for it said it wasn't for kids. He said that he was doing it for
that is now, but I'm saying the audience that it was promoted to was for kids.
Yeah, because it's the kid network. I wouldn't go on Nickelodeon and
one thing.
No kid is getting a dirty joke out of half the dirty jokes that they just made.
You can't tell me advertisement. You can't tell me the money they spent. Like they promoted to kids.
The movies that come out now, and Shrek is an example. That movie ain't for no goddamn kids. The shit that they be spending, the kids don't even know. The adults laughing, the kids don't know what the hell going on. Like it's I don't know. It's not really. But it's now, a lot of shit now it's advertised for kids, yes, because it's a cartoon, but it's adult cartoons too.
I disagree with it just being I don't think there's more positive cartoons out now than was back in the day, and I don't think it's more negative shows on TV than it was back in the day. It was a lot of positive shit. It was a lot of negative shit. I remember the Jersey Shore started all this shit. I remember Jersey Shore. I remember they showed that nigga hit Snooki in the face, punch Snooki right in the face.
Oh
That was the
man,
first
right in
time on
her
TV.
shit.
That was the
Right
first
in
time
her
you ever
shit.
seen a nigga do that to a female on TV. I don't think there's more negative. I think it's pretty much the same amount of negative and positive. Probably
The
less
thing
positive.
is,
They don't make shows like Smart Guy no more. Took
if
that shit
people
off.
didn't watch, the negative shows, they wouldn't still be producing them. But they're making money off of it. They're getting numbers, so they're going to keep making that shit.
But all right, let me wrap this up before so Ray can go. So overall, right, I'm saying that movies, documentaries, unnecessary. I think they set a precedence for the next generation to go out there and try to make a name. Y'all disagree. This is what y'all saying overall. Y'all think it's just new horror stories. Y'all think it's worth being told. Y'all disagree with my theory, my logic.
No, I agree with you, FYO. I feel like the way that it's being glorified, the way the stories are being told, it kind of makes it, I feel like people really, we have a lot of mental illness, and I feel like people really try to embody that and feel like it's achievable because somebody has done it. So like, what can I do to top that? So it's crazy. I think that we need to stop telling the stories the way we are, and maybe even not tell some of them, because all of them ain't the best.
At that
They
point, it
not, because
comes down to
they
the
be like, oh, I
producers
want to
putting
be
a
like
warning
him.
of this is a dramatization.
We
Please don't take this
glamorize.
at home.
Say that again, Jay.
I said at that point, it's on the producer to put a warning label on it and say, hey, this is dramatization. Please don't try this at home. This is intended information only. Like, I mean, you've seen a lot more of disclosures now
Yeah.
during each episode when an episode start. They're trying to take the precautions that these are triggering to people that have mental illness that might glorify it in a way. But again, it's based on the perception of person.
But it's also
Some people just mentally ill. Like, they think that shit is fun or cute or whatever, but it's not.
I think that it's the I think that when you watch Scarface, the Scarface being gangster, and him going out in a blaze of glory plays into the gangster persona, right? He stood on business. He went out and he was a regular street nigga, right? That's how some street niggas go out. I think that's glorified, right? I think there's rappers that used to refer to him, like bring him up and reference him in their music. I think we have all his face on all type of merch, right? Just the image of Scarface it was something that people glorified, right? I think that when you watch Snowfall, right, Franklin going out as a fucking drug fiend, right? I think that's something strategically done, right? I think that kids won't grow up to glorify Franklin, right, because of how he went out. They didn't make him grow out in a blaze of glory and shit. And I think things like that are done strategically for things like that. So when I just see these documentaries, I just can't help but like wonder, like, damn, I wonder if the next criminally insane niggas watching these things thinking like, well, I could go out there and though I won't be able to go out there and be a part of society and garner success, I can go out there and do this crazy shit and have my name always be remembered in some type of film. But
okay, Jason, let me
yes.
give you a 180 on that perspective.
Okay.
So you don't think that because of all the failures that we had in the past, what about the awareness of mental health? So things like, hey, the dad did notice Jeffrey Dahmer did have issues and he should have taken better precautions in that, and he didn't. Hey, now that you might see something in your kid likes to skin roadkill. Take that kid to go get evaluated by a psychiatrist because he might be the next person in the club trying to snatch somebody's butt.
I think that
so those type of things are also helping with mental awareness as well. There was something
Man,
else
that mental illness shit is bullshit, dog. That's just bullshit. We don't believe in mental
when we
illness in
saw
the black
Melly,
community.
didn't that make you think like, oh shit, this motherfucker might have split personality?
I think
such thing as split personality.
I think that my overall thing about it is, right, when these stories come out, right, you could take some of the things in these stories.
That it has.
Yeah, you could take some of the things that happen in these stories, right, and you could make a story from it, right? So Jeffrey Dahmer was eating people, right? So we don't have to take Jeffrey Dahmer and tell his story directly, right? We could put out something, right, where somebody is eating people, right, and we don't have to have his name attached to it. I just feel like Jeffrey Dahmer, right? Like I just feel like when I'm on, I could just imagine being on social media and seeing somebody's actual name who did these acts, and you being a parent or you being a person who was a victim of those acts and seeing their name, right, and seeing like on social media, though it isn't that right, but they don't use the actor's name, they use the character's name he was portraying, right? And they boast him, right? And you see how good he was, and it just comes across as if this name is attached to this good light or this good thing or this bragging or bigadocious thing, right? We giving them props, right? And I feel like that
his legend lives on type shit.
Yes, and I feel like that could be bad for the person mourning, but we could have just took what
about the other side for the person mourning?
A whole different name to it. You know what I'm saying?
What if I was a mother and one of those victims was my kid and he was a victim of Jeffrey Dahmer? I would want people to know how the police failed me, how society failed me, how they failed my child and didn't go searching for him because he was gay, because he was a man, because whatever the case may be. They failed those people. Society and those police officers failed those people. Imagine that neighbor, because she was black and she was a woman, how she kept saying, hey, this man is doing weird stuff. Hey, I'm hearing noises. And they kept ignoring her because of that. What about those awarenesses too in those movies?
When the movie shows that, right? And again, because I'm you know, this is what I do to make the show go right. So I can make the show go right. So I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I'm saying is that as somebody in mourning, when I go on social media, I don't see people talking about that part of it, right? I see people taking the name Jeffrey Dahmer and adding or
how he's sexy.
Yes, and having good things to say with the name Jeffrey Dahmer attached to it, right? The Jeffrey Dahmer's name when that scene came out was he was sexy, and did he play gay better than the black dude from what was that show, P-Valley? Those were the major talking points of Jeffrey Dahmer's name for weeks and weeks and weeks. It wasn't, oh my God, look at this awareness.
Yeah, but one of the things, so Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy were both well known for being very attractive men that were serial killers. That's what also drew their victims in.
But that's not what I want to hear about as somebody who's mourning.
But are they attracted to Jeffrey Dahmer, or are they attracted to the person that played him?
I mean, so in the real story about the actual person, he was attractive. This is why men were attracted to him, because he was attractive. Same with Ted Bundy. He was educated, he was becoming a lawyer, and he was handsome. So that's why these women kept falling for him, because there's this handsome man talking to them. He's intelligent. Boom, now you done fell victim to dumb shit. So then, of course, they're going to also pick actors who kind of mimic that same image because, you know, these people are known for being attractive, and that's how they drew their victims.
But when I go on social media, I don't want to see that, is what I'm saying.
You know, social media.
But that's what, all right, if you're a victim of something and they put out this documentary of the shit, you don't know what awareness is bringing until you go to the places that talk about what awareness it brought. And I'm saying that.
So put that into your hands then. When that comes out, become the person who brings the other side of awareness to this. Hey, while you guys are over here talking about how Jeffrey Dahmer's so sexy, I want you guys to also recognize that my son was a victim of this. So when you guys go out to the club, just because that man is handsome, you better cover your drink. Don't fall victim and fell, you know, to the way my son did.
If they wasn't saying that once the act happened, I don't think they're gonna say it because a movie dropped. Like if I wasn't on a campaign, I knew a lady whose daughter killed herself.
I mean, but that's how they were also known too, like Ted Bundy.
Bringing awareness to people that are suicidal. Ain't no movie have to drop for her to do that. I feel like if a movie got to drop for you to be like, hey man, y'all missed the point, it's too late. If you felt that passionate, you should have already been.
It's never too late. It's never too late to advocate for anything. Especially if you see people, society becoming victim to it, you got to be one to speak out.
I think that Diddy's situation with Cassie kind of made it so that's the only thing we talk about, right? But when Diddy had the thing with Cassie, there was a bill passed. It gave all women a year to go put in charge. The time had passed for her. That's why Cassie was able to go back to something that happened so long ago and put it on the forefront, right? Because of that bill, right? I think when that happened, there was a lot of women bringing up stuff, and we're looking at it in a more disingenuous light because of the time, right? Now I'm not saying it's not too late to go get jobs outside looking in. We're criticizing them, right? Because of the time, because we from the outside looking in are like, you took all this time, almost to say it's too late. It's too late, bitch. You done live with it this long, like, not now, right? So I feel like with the being somebody who's a victim of something, right? Again, I know a lady who goes to church with my mom whose son died, right? Son died before her. So now she's with a whole group of women, right? Who all share the same thing. And they go talk to women who newly go through that when that comes, right? This is a group you could go to if this happens to you and you want to deal with that, right? It don't take no movie to come out for her to be like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to start. I want to start bringing awareness. If you affected that much, I feel like for a movie to drop and you see people miss the point and now you want to, it's kind of too late. Because the internet always going to win. So once the internet misses your point, we don't see your point. We're not going to see it.
But I think you're also on a different perspective this because you're male. So growing up, I was always taught about Ted Bundy's situation. He was glorified for being handsome. So a lot of awareness came to us women as be careful when you're going to the club, be careful when you're at school, watch your back when handsome men are talking to you. Don't slip up just because he's intelligent and he's handsome. These were all things we also had to be aware of. It's not always just the creepy guy in the back of the room with his hand in his pocket, and those were things we actually were raised to know.
Point being though is that somebody felt strong enough to tell you something before a movie came out and the point was missed. It was already told to you. You ain't need no movie to tell you. And that's my thing about it. I feel like if you really went through something and you really want to advocate that strongly to bring awareness to something, you ain't gonna wait till no movie come out and you see millions of people miss the point to be like, no, I need to go back. You're gonna already be on it. You're gonna be like, yeah, this movie missed the point. But if you watch what I've been doing all this time, you can see where like they already gonna be doing the work.
Yeah, I think they both have to play a part in each other.
Megan Thee Stallion brought awareness to a phrase that the people who let the people who let I don't even know the group of people you want to call, but they got Amber Alerts, right? We got things that are named after the kid in the situation, right? So when Megan did the Megan's Law thing, right? She brought awareness to Megan's Law. The family let these people name a law after their kid, but then got mad when awareness was brought to it. They got mad when somebody used it, right? And they brought awareness to it, but they used it for entertainment, right? Just like a Jeffrey Dahmer series was used for entertainment. They got mad about that because they're still going through the trauma. So I feel like though they're advocating now, right? It's too late when you advocate for something after somebody used it. You should have been saying you don't want this said or used, but why would you let somebody name? Like, come on, bro. You let them make a series and put your child's name in it. It's too late to be advocating after the people who directed it missed the point that you should have been out there doing the work. That's
I mean, so what about Griselda Blanco, right? The glorified drug dealer that was a female. So not a lot of people knew about her. Netflix came out with a series about her, right? The family is upset with Netflix because they were like, hey, you're not portraying our sister, our mother, our family member the way she really was. You're making her ugly. You're making her mean. You're making her all these things that she really wasn't. You got to tell her true story. And then now they're trying to come out and get her real story out while everybody else has this other depiction of her. Why are they talking about it now? Y'all weren't doing that before. Now you want to talk about it because Netflix did it.
But that's more so my point, right? When you take these people that did these heinous things, right? I feel like it's never good for the people who were actually the people mourning in those situations. So I feel like we kind of got to slow down on taking that, right? Like we got hella shit. You could go watch hella shit where women are the drug kingpins. They didn't have to take Griselda and put it in a series, right? Where somebody could even say, hey, you guys depicted this wrong. I'm mourning. I'm hurt. You made this, and this is what we went through. You don't have to do that. You don't have to glorify these people in front. You could take their stories, take similar things they did. If Griselda did some crazy new thing to smuggle coke that we never heard of, you could have put that to a name that's not Griselda Blanco and put it in another story because we got hella. It's Queen of the South is a female drug queenpin. You could have took similar things and put it in a completely fake ass story. And you could try to bring awareness with fake ass stories. Every time you bring awareness, you don't have to bring with a real situation. You could take something and make it seem and depict it so good and it'd be fake and still bring awareness if that's what you're trying to do.
I mean, we already have Law and Order for that.
Again, I just feel like those are better ways to try to bring awareness than to take these real stories, right? And then play with all these people that are still mourning. That's not over. You don't know how long somebody's mourning. So, that was just my thing with it. But If that's it, then we on you, Ray. I know you got a couple things before we get out of here. You want to?
All right, I'm gonna go with two of these things because one I want to wait for because of the yeah. So
my bad. Hold on, my bad. I do want to say that I do appreciate you chiming in. A lot of people be in the background, they don't say nothing, so I do appreciate you chiming in, adding to the show, giving different takes and opinions.
I like your perspective. I think it's cool to hear somebody's complete opposite perspective.
Sometimes these perspectives are given because I'm trying to make a show. So sometimes I got to say things to make this show
just to get talking going.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So just take it as a good conversation and entertainment. All these things aren't my real feels about everything. But go ahead, Rizzy.
All right. So the first thing, I feel like I wish we would have talked about this when we was kind of on topic a little bit about something else, but I want to talk and ask you guys about if y'all remember when we were younger, we had like music and concerts for like teens and children, right? Like I remember Bow Wow like dropping music and like B2K and even like Chris Brown first album, like I feel like those were like appropriate music we could listen to. And when I think about kids today and I feel like they don't have that experience where they can attend like appropriate concerts. Like it's children, respectfully, that was at Nicki's concert and Beyonce's. I don't know that I feel like that's appropriate, but I understand them maybe wanting to have that experience, right? So I guess I want to ask you guys, like, do you feel like they have music for children or, young teens to listen to?
No, not
and
besides,
that's crazy.
Not besides like Kids Bop or something like that. Like other than that, nah. Like I think I know like where you kind of got that from, like the whole Megan Thee Stallion, her daughter wanted to go to the concert. I wouldn't let
I seen that.
13-year-old go to a Megan Thee Stallion. That's, to me, she makes adult music, not for young teens.
So what are kids supposed to do? Like
what they do? They on technology. These are technology babies.
I think you could. I think pop is still a genre that has a lot of music for kids to be able to consume and not be like R&B sexual or like rap over like street influence. I think pop still has a lot of music that you could kind of let your kid go through without being like, hey, what you listen to? Because they said something crazy lyric.
Like Taylor Swift or somebody like that.
Yeah, I think pop is still like, or you know what? I think R&B and hip hop are the only two. I think you go to pop, I think you go to jazz, I think you go to country, I think you go to any other genre, and they still have a lot of music that you could kind of like let you. I think it's only like R&B and rap that you gotta like every song like, what the hell are you listening to?
Even like emo and screamo, probably stuff like that too. That's kind of
yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna go back to my original pop, country. I'm gonna go back to what I was saying first.
Some country songs is wild now. It depends on who the country artist is.
Okay.
She's not a country artist.
She's Beyonce.
She definitely is not.
She said it's not a country album, it's a Beyonce album.
I think you still go pop, right? I think pop. I don't know if kids are in the pop.
But see, I feel like a lot of rappers do pop songs, like they do features on pop songs, and they not rapping about necessarily what they would be rapping about if they were on their own song.
Like
that's still kind of scary though, because I feel like if you introduce them to an artist that they find themselves liking, like Ice Spice, I feel like because of her look and stuff, the kids, are kind of drawn to that. Even Lil Nas X. But as you listen to the rest of their music, like they got one-offs, but they don't have an artist, that they can.
Like a Bow Wow, like a little Romeo.
B2K.
Yeah. Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know if they still have boy bands because I grew up, so I just feel like
they don't. Not really.
Yeah, for Americans, One Direction was definitely the last one. Him and the Jonas Brothers.
Oh, the Jonas
Brothers. I feel like kids get the music from what they watch now. I remember "Let It Go" from the Frozen movie. That was a big song amongst the kids.
Yeah.
When the Wiggles was out, the Wiggles was touring with just their music. So I feel like kids more so get stuff. Baby Shark. I feel like they get they from what they watch now, and that be the songs they want to hear and listen to.
They got like Gracie's Corner and stuff like that.
Gracie Corner lit. My nieces do listen to that.
Yes, I feel like kids.
And she about to go on tour, so that's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
they can do stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
feel like that's even young. I'm talking like pre-teenish too, like that. Because I feel like the young kids still do have Disney Channel, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, but Disney ain't really like, they're not really targeted for teens like how they used to be, like in the 90s now. Like we had Even Steven, Kim Possible, you know, we had stuff
Lizzie
like
McGuire. We
had Lizzie McGuire. Yeah. So it was and
Shout out
all
to them. They
those shows
was
had
taking
bangers
L's for
too.
us
Like
in that time, getting touched and stuff on stage and all of, I mean, behind the scenes and all that bullshit. Shout out to them.
People that was getting in touch for us for our entertainment.
Yes.
Nah,
Shout out
that
to
was their
them.
turn because my mother not gonna leave me with nobody.
Shout out to
Like
them.
she not gonna just text me like, "Oh, you're gonna do this show," and then just leave me, let me spend the night at the producer's house. My mother not doing.
The mother ain't. I'm watching the little Nickelodeon joint, and the mother let the nigga send a picture of him masturbating to the email, and she was scared to call the police. What we doing?
Hey,
Because it's given. I'm more concerned about the money than I am about my child.
Immediately.
I'm waiting to see that part, FYO, because the two black people I've seen on that show, their parents did not pull them on this documentary I'm watching. I'm only on episode 2, but they didn't.
One that was
where's the documentary at?
Hulu.
Hulu. You ain't talking about the one that was rapping, right?
He did.
You didn't get to the black kid that was rapping, right?
Is he the same one that they dressed as like a fetus, like a little, and that they had the dog licking the peanut butter off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have seen him. So it was wild.
Yeah, you ain't seen Quiet on the Set, man. Yo,
I
you
haven't
better watch
seen
that
it
shit.
yet. I've been seeing all this stuff on social media, but I haven't actually watched it.
You have to
wait till you get to episode 3. Ugh.
I'm about to watch after this.
Breaks my heart.
I don't think I'm gonna tune in. I kind of know.
You gotta watch that shit, bro.
I don't think I'm gonna tune in.
I got a weird transition, but like for the sake of time,
let's go.
And again, FYI, this kind of altered a little bit because
yeah.
So I want to ask the men this. Do y'all feel like a woman's sex drive is based off of how you guys treat the woman, or do you feel like women just either have a high sex drive or a low sex drive?
A little bit of both. I'll be honest there. A little bit of both. I mean, because it really just depends on the woman. Like, she could naturally have a high sex drive, and women as they get older will have a higher sex drive. Like, that's just natural. That just occurs. But yeah, I mean, if you do the right things during the day or throughout the week or the month or whatever, however often you choose to have sex with your partner, it's drop them. You know, it's on right there.
Mm-hmm. That I think that is more so the woman. Like, I think if a woman has a high sex drive or low sex drive, I think that's kind of on the woman. I think that if a woman has a low sex drive, like maybe you could get her to be in the mood more. But I feel like when a man, like, quote unquote, turns a woman on or off, right? Like, though a man could turn a woman off, right? I feel like a woman with a high sex drive is still like, she still may be in the mood or like wanting to, get this release, but she might have another different plan. Like, you turn me off. Like, I don't want to have sex with you. You know what I mean? Or we're not about to have sex tonight. But like, she still wanted to get her rocks off because her sex drive is still high, right? Like, I didn't make her sex drive low. I just didn't do what she wanted me to do for her to feel like she wanted to fuck that night, right? So it's just like, to me, I think that men, we do turn women on and off, but I kind of feel like if a girl's sex drive is low, like, yeah, if she likes you, she might get a push a little bit more to, it's a give and take. But if a girl's sex drive is high, even if she don't want to have sex with you tonight, like, her sex drive is still high. Like, she wanted to have sex, you just turned her off tonight. Now she might want to play with the toy, go home, play with the toy, and not actually stay the night with you or whatever. Like, I don't feel like
fetishes play a big part in that too, man. Fetishes play a real big part in that.
What you mean?
Well, there are some people who prefer to watch. Like for me, I don't say I participate in voyeurism. I used to, but not as much. But I don't now. But I used to let people just watch me have sex naturally. And then there were other times where I was just standing there watching someone have sex, not like doing anything, not beating off, not joining in. It's just the act itself. It's not that it didn't turn me on. Yeah, it's not that my sex drive wasn't high. It was, and same thing for the females in the room. So it's just, it's one of those things. Kinks play a very big role in something like that.
I definitely think if you have, the more kinks you have, the higher your sex drive would have to be, because you trying to reach something, you're trying to.
I mean, you'd be surprised. I've seen a lot of people, at parties who they just stand there. They just like to watch. Like even if they are into all of that stuff, they just like to watch.
Judy, what do you think?
It's like, nah. I do feel like, I don't feel like men are like the 100% reason as to why a woman wouldn't want to do it or whatever. I think sometimes you just have other shit on your mind, and sex ain't one of them. I don't think it's nothing he could do to change that if you have this certain mindset that you just not fucking. Like, I think it's that simple.
I don't know. If you get me in the mood, I might even like still be with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think that if you have a high sex drive and then you like somebody that doesn't have a high sex drive, I don't think that you're gonna make them have a high sex drive. Like if you like having sex every day, twice a day, and they like having sex 2 times a week, right? They may get to 4 times a week, right? But they might not ever get to the point where they actually are in the mood to have sex 2 times a day every day, right? They might just be trying to get through it for your benefit, right? To satisfy you, right? I don't feel like those like you can actually just get somebody's sex drive on yours and it's super high and theirs is not. So that's what I'm saying. Like to me, I don't think that like we play a part in like where women's sex drive is at or where it's going. I just feel like we, if you got a girl with a high sex drive, can you meet it? Like, you know what I mean? If you got a girl with a low sex drive, can you understand for that? Can you, deal with that? Or can you make by when she not in the mood? Like, is that a deal breaker? You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. I don't think, like again, I do think we play a role in like turning women on and off and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
For sure.
I think that still plays into the sex drive they already had in a sense.
I agree. Definitely think it impacts it. I don't know if it's the full blown reason, but I do believe your sex drive could increase and decrease based off of life and whatever else is going on. So
yeah,
if that's the nigga, then that's the nigga. But all right, we good on that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask one more. Actually, I thought I had two, but I want to ask this. Guys, I want to ask y'all this first. Do you guys feel like there's any benefit that you guys get out of marriage at all? Like, or do you guys just feel like marriage is strictly for women? I'm just curious.
Jay, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I really want Jay to go first because FYO, I feel like I've heard your opinion on this a little bit before, so I kind of want to hear what Jay guys say.
Okay.
So this is a subject that I've always been on the fence on anyway. And to be honest with you, I do believe that usually depending on the marriage and maybe even the person in the marriage, there's more likely, that marriage is for the woman and it's not for the man. Now, in occasions, there are benefits with that marriage, but that really just depends on what your definition of benefits lies on. Like if I'm married to a woman that likes to have sex with women, cool, that's a benefit for me. Because if I like to do this, then I'm into that, But if I'm married to somebody who just doesn't want to have sex at all, there's no benefit in that for me, So there would be no point in that. But yeah, so marriage strictly usually is for the woman, but I mean there are some occasions where guys get married for themselves or for other reasons.
Okay.
I think that the benefit for a man to get married right now is I don't know if anybody's ever taken care of somebody elderly who didn't have nobody to didn't have their partner to take care of them. I feel like that is a hard thing to do, right? You become very dependent based, right? Depending on a lot of people. I think that when you get married, like the death do us part, I feel like we really agree to that, or at least we think, that we really agree to that. Maybe some may actually go different, you know what I mean, once you're old and decrepit, maybe they might leave you. But I feel like we go into it thinking that this person is going to take care of me, right? I feel like nobody wants to die alone, right? So when you old and let's say you got to depend on your kids or something like that, and because you never got married or whatever the case may be, I feel like that's a very hard pill to swallow, a very hard. So yeah, I feel like that's the benefit for men, right? Like if we get old first, having somebody that in your mind you think like, well, this the person gonna take care of me. Like even if this person got feed me all the time or wipe my ass or whatever the fuck, drive me to the doctors, right? It's not as embarrassing or it's not the same for the swallow because we look at it as like that's what you agreed to do. That's what we agreed to do if you get older faster than me and have a health problem or whatever the case may be, or just get old. You know what I mean? Whatever. So I feel like that's the more so the benefit for marriage, right? Is for both parties, right? Not growing old by yourself. If anybody's ever had to deal with that, I feel like old people don't really deal with that the best, especially when they were independent because they went their whole life with like I wasn't married and I was doing this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be, or I didn't have a mate at home every day because I was so independent I didn't need it. When they get old, I feel like that'd be a very hard pill for them to swallow. You know what I mean?
That is true because it is like statistics that show that a lot of the people that are in like like old folks homes and stuff like that are men.
Yeah.
They were never married. They might have had kids, but they might not did the right thing with their kids. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that.
Yeah, I think that I think that I ain't gonna lie, right? I think as a black man gets money, right, he gonna move away from his family, right? You know what I mean? I just feel that way more often than not, right? So like, but I also feel like on average, if a mom, let's say two parents aren't together, right? Like they're not together, right? If your mom got sick versus your dad got sick, I feel like the average kid is gonna go back to take care of them more, so they're gonna go back to take care of their dad. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like more so for a man, right? Marriage is important because I feel that way, right? Men, you don't want to die alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you want that person to be with you because I feel like on average, or your mama being alone, your daddy being alone. Mama sick, I gotta take off work. I gotta Daddy may not get that, bro. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be in the nursing home. That mom
most likely Pop not gonna get that. Let's be real about it. Pop not gonna get that. We get shit on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know men that have moved their moms with them, like in with them. You know what I'm saying? And now it's them, their wife, and their kids, and their mom. You know what I'm saying? And in that dynamic, they're trying to do the most for their mom, but they're trying to do it in their presence. They're not trying to send them to a nursing home to hope somebody else tends to them. They're trying to do it themselves. And I just feel like that's more common to happen with a mom than a dad. So I just feel like, both parties benefit from not dying alone. But I just feel like, me being a man, hey, men, you don't want to die alone, bro. Like that is a pride thing, a pill that's hard to swallow. Like I seen men go through it. I know other people that done had to take care of their grandfathers as they went old and stuff like that. And from our point of view, our grandfathers are people that I know that did that with their grandparents or great uncles and all that stuff. That's not a hard pill for their great uncles or grandfathers to swallow. I was driving every day. Just yesterday, I drove myself everywhere I needed to go. I did this, that, and the third. Now I gotta ask my nephew, or I gotta ask my daughter, or I gotta ask this person, this person, this person. I don't have a wife that I just went into thinking like when I got old, this is what we agreed to do with each other already. You know what I mean? So I look at it from that benefit at this point in my life right now.
That's what's up. That's a different perspective. Yeah. That's all I got for you.
Okay. Well, was there anything else that anybody else seen that wanted to chime in, that wanted to talk about? Anything somebody just wanted to throw out there while we got different opinions out here before we wrap this up?
What is the issue with sending somebody $30 for lunch?
Bullshit.
I'm sorry. That video bothered me so bad because that's not the first time I seen it, and it just
they keep talking about it.
You telling me that you spend $100 a day on lunch? That's what you telling me for just you?
Yeah,
$30. Spend money on lunch.
You need to reevaluate yourself.
I ain't gonna lie. A Dove 5 is probably what I'm saying. Like if I got a random text message from somebody like, can I get some lunch? Send me lunch without I'm trying to see. I'll probably go see $25. That's what I'm gonna send.
That's
just
reasonable.
20 is usually my cap.
If you a real one, you can make that stretch for a couple days. You know, I'm just saying.
$25.
1, 2, maybe even 3, 4 lunches.
Hello.
You do it right.
Whatever you trying to eat
I
or
don't
DoorDash,
stretch of 20, boy.
If you ain't got the rest, nigga, you ain't got it then.
If you ain't got the rest, then you need to pack your lunch. It's
For real. That part. Pack that shit up.
So hell no. I hate how a lot of women make women look now. Like, I don't. If you send me $20 for lunch, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm gonna be so appreciative that you send me that $20 for lunch. I'm not gonna text you back and be like, that wasn't enough.
The one girl said she gonna send him the bill. Like,
yeah, like that's wild.
That's crazy.
Ever and
I hate that it's
in life,
a certain. It's a lot of black women that's doing that, unfortunately, and I hate that. We gotta really stop that, y'all.
Yeah, because my thing is everybody has like a level, right? Like you at this type of level, but the level that you're asking to be at, you don't look like you there. So why are you asking me to send you $100 for lunch?
And even further than that, like, when did we stop just being grateful and appreciative for somebody doing something for us? Like, it's just like you act like it's an obligation. Like, I don't have to do anything for you.
I feel like maybe I'm not supposed to be here. I don't know, because I'm confused. When did we start doing this?
Bro, I'm supposed to be in Utopia right now. I don't know where the fuck I came from.
Like
I don't know how I got to this motherfucker.
Yeah,
this make me think of one of the questions I wanted to ask, but I didn't ask it, and it was about friends who are obsessed with the luxurious lifestyle, right? Like they're maybe very materialistic. They like certain things. Are those like sustainable or like strong friendships? Because some people say on one hand, if you are not able to keep up with this person, they don't really see value in your friendship.
Well, I have friends that do stuff that I would never spend my money. Like the amount of money they spend on certain shit, I would never do that. Like, but we still friends. I just don't do them certain activities with them because I'm not spending $1,000 at the club on no bottles, or like I'm not doing that. I think you just pick and choose what activities you want to do. It depends on the friendship, like what other things y'all may have went through or stuff like that. But I know my limit, and y'all not gonna push it.
On your level of friendship too. So
I didn't hear what you said, Jay. What'd you say?
I said, depending on that, it could also determine your level of friendship too. So I mean, if you choosing not to go to those events, choosing to go to those events, doing those $1,000 bottles, sometimes that does affect the level of friendship, positive or negative.
It does, because our struggle different. You don't understand. We can't relate. Just like a rich, you tell people all the time, those rich people problems. They fuck around tell me them poor people problems. Like I don't operate like that. Where we going? You want to go to $100 spot? I got rent, bitch. I want to go to the $30 spot. Like at some point, it's gonna be a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like having a true friendship.
Yeah, I feel like it got to be some things that we still doing that's like a commonality that we both genuinely fuck with. But I feel like if you only doing luxurious things and I don't do none of those things, I could see like they gonna grow apart. But I'm guessing that like, for that dynamic to work, they got to be like, okay, they got these things they do, I got these things I do, but we do got these things that we genuinely enjoy doing together. That's not like that, you know what I mean? But whatever. But yeah, I could see that like if you got a friendship with somebody and they only do this high class shit and you don't do none of that, eventually y'all gonna go apart. You know what I mean? Y'all just probably gonna go apart. Even when you get more money, they might get more money. So they might be doing more luxurious things and you just doing the old shit. Like y'all gonna go apart. You know what I mean? Or maybe you might not get you might get more money and still not one of those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? Y'all probably
I think if your friends just respect your priorities, then it shouldn't be a big issue. Like they know I'm not doing this, so they not even want.
Y'all want to do it and you want me there. Understand that I'm not.
I'm not about to do it. Yeah,
I feel that.
Completely. That's funny. That is funny. That's real funny.
All right, let me end this show real quick, and then we can talk backstage if y'all want, or we can get up out of here. Let me Play some outro music real quick.
I'll still be okay if you leave me. Still pick up the phone when you need me. Way too many women try to please me. Always play the fence like Mr. Feeney. I don't get excited for no reason. Am I lucid dreaming? Am I breathing? See Nirvana, I ain't died yet. Lost my brother and stopped crying yet. You were supposed to love me at my worst, but you would only want me at my best. I'm still not impressed. I don't wanna leave, I'm still not dressed. I don't wanna talk cause it makes me stress. I just wanna let go of you, but not yet.
Y'all
What it do?